It's time for some Mandalorian type stuff. We're going to see how many people don't show up today because, yeah, these haven't been popular at all. So that's a shame. Oh well, 'tis the way of things, don't you know? Let's see here. All right, poor actor that plays L-52 has had his mind fried twice in Star Wars. Has he? I must be missing something. But that's okay. Good to see you guys. Welcome back. Today we're here to talk about Chapter 19 of The Mandalorian. And hey, it's Samuel. Question. By the way, Chapter 19, called Convert. What? What do you want, Samuel? What you want? What you want? You need to tell me what you want. Samuel, question. What's the question? I eagerly await your question. Question. Still waiting. Hit that like button, though. In the meantime, guys, you have 12 people here with 3 likes. I think we can do better than that. Let's go. Hello, Ghost of the Ghost of Q's left eyebrow. How are you? Oh, and here's Samuel's question. If you could appear in a Star Wars film, would you want to play, and if you were in a Star Wars fan film, who would you wasn't to play? Who would I want to play, and who would I want not to? What? Who would I want to play? Like a already established character, or like? I think it'd be cool to be a Jedi, but at the same time, it'd be equally cool, I think, to be like a prominent bad guy, like a General Veers kind of guy, something like that. I think I could pull that off, although I'm not British, so I can't pull off the asshole, which is what all the evil space Nazis are. They're all like British. So I don't know if I could do that, but yeah, Jedi. I don't want to do. I really do want to say smuggler or rogue, but then it's like, yeah, that's what everybody wants to be. So that doesn't really work either. So yeah, I don't know, Samuel. I don't know. Who would you want to play in a real film? Who would you want to play in a fan film? All new characters like era, race. Oh, era. I don't know. The Star Wars era is that great. Any era is fine for me. As for race, I could make a really good hut. I've got the weight for it. Human. I would go with human, I guess, because I don't know. That's a very good question. I would need to think about this. I don't have an answer for you right away, unfortunately. So, but 15 of you here, 7 likes, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hey, Cap, looking forward to your opinion on this episode. Seen a lot of praise, seen a lot of criticism already. Yeah, I'll get to that in just a second. The Ghost of Q's left eyebrow. Anyone else think Luthen from Andor is a Jedi who survived Order 66? Can't remember who Luthen is, but Sergeant Montgomery, same actor, played in Rouge One, or in Rogue One. That's Rouge One, no. He was the deflector pilot. Oh. The Paradon, don't think so. He is too much of a shitty guy to be a Jedi, and what he sacrificed doesn't really fit in with the Jedi spirit of things. Could you play an older Grogu after the growth spurt? Paint yourself green. How about no to that? No would be the thing. All right, Sam, I don't know if you want to hear this because you haven't seen the episode yet, but I want to give my opinions on it. So let me know that it's good to do so, because something I want to say right off the hop that might ruin it for you if you haven't seen it yet. So let me know. But yeah, in the meantime, while we're waiting for Samuel to let me know if he's leaving or if it's fine to say what I want to have to say, hit the like button, guys. 21 of you here, 12 likes. Consider joining the channel as well. Really appreciate that. So do what you feel you must. All right. Sean says, like the episode a lot, including plot B, but wishing because there's only 8 episodes that we got more Mando in this one. Yeah, I'm just going to say it now because I haven't heard Samuel's. Oh, bye. Bye. All right, I'm going to say it now then because he's leaving. So good to see you, Samuel, but be gone. Spoilers from this point on. You've been warned. All right, yeah. It feels like my my Mandalorian episode fell and got some Andor in it. There's a lot of Andor in this episode, honestly, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I just expected more of a Mandalorian episode. I don't have a problem with them doing this, and yes, I know it's not literally Andor, but it had the same kind of vibe, same kind of feel of an Andor episode. It was long. It was a very long episode, like over 50 minutes, and I think that worked well for this one. I really like the cloning guy. I can't remember his name offhand, but I think he definitely got the shaft, and I think that kind of sucks, honestly. But anyway, yeah, so I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I just wish there was more Mandalorian in it. Like, the Mandalorian story part was fantastic. The bombing of the castle, the evading the TIE interceptors and stuff, that was all fantastically done. Loved R4 or R5D4. R5D4, that's the one. Zero G, and like freaking out because he's worried about her flying. That all played very well. And then jumping to the end of the Mandalorian story there, the fact that she was welcomed into the Order is quite interesting, and who knows where that's going to go. But when they all started like patting her on the armor or the shoulder or whatever, all I could think of was like when you go to church and they're like, peace be with you, or whatever. That's all I could think of for that, which was a little creepy. So I love that he brought back a sample of the water. I kept thinking, how is he going to prove that he was there? I love that the armorer poured that in, and yes, this is the living water. So that was great. That it's just that easy. I thought there was going to be some resistance, like you didn't actually do it, so you're not going to, have your whatever restored. I really thought there was going to be more problems that way. Glad there wasn't. So Ozzy says didn't get like the Doctor story. It's still good. By the Great Koala. Matthew Roy says, I'm surprised we have had this much of a Mando arch. Okay. Carlos, hello, Captain. This episode was a telling. Facades are a thing on Coruscant, and Bo is redeemed. Didn't see that coming. Trouble Armstrong says, was a good episode. Exposition on Coruscant was slow up until the rest scene, but paid off in the end. Ozzy says, that was Starbuck stealing a fighter. Hee. Or he? Hey, that's enough. Stop. You can't do that. You're going to wreck the blanket. It's only a knitted blanket. Come on. Hold on a second. I got to deal with some pugginess. Hey, do that again. I'm going to have to take the blanket away. You just have to sleep on the futon. It's fine the way it is. It's soft enough. You don't have to dig. Stop. Just lay down. There you go. Bo-Katan accidentally joined a cult. Yes, this is true. Bradley Thomas is here. It was good to see Alexander Siddig play as another Doctor, but this time in a Star Wars universe. Well, that wasn't Alexander Siddig. I think you think it's Bashir. It's not. I don't know if that's a joke, but anyway. Grooge said this way. Sergeant Montgomery, Bo-Katan did a 0G Top Gun maneuver. Yes, she did. And she also, she split the throttle is what it's called. And the F-14 does it in Top Gun Maverick, where they like power down the one engine, boost the other one, and then drop the one rear thing. Can't remember what it's called right now. But yeah, splitting the throttle was very, very cool. Very cool maneuver. I love seeing that. So, Matthew Roy says a large part of their trailer seemed to be getting into the minds of Mandalorian and centering on Mandalorian cultural aspects. But they're moving the story along so quickly for all of that. So, Ozzy, Pug wants a big bed. Yes, she does. She's a little bit of a goof. Guru said this way. Oh, you mean Grogu said this is the way. Yes, kind of. If there's anything he's going to say first, it'll be that, because he hears it constantly. So, that dude Vince says, really enjoyed this episode. Yes, I did as well. But again, it's not quite what I was looking for a Mandalorian episode, but that's all right. The Mandalorian hijacked like 2 of Boba Fett's episodes, so. And the poor doctor. Getting his memory wiped. So guys, for large super chats, I will be doing some shots if you guys are super chatting. So Crown Royal Peach is what I got here. And as well, when that runs out, there's not much of that. I got Havana Club. Enello Especial. Elron de Cuba. Whatever. I don't read that language. But there you go. So, got some of this too. Should anybody be super chatting shots. I should actually put that in the... There we go. Because otherwise you don't have to, but it makes it more fun, I think. Anyway, there you go. Super chat some shots for me, $20. Again, don't have to. And I'm not like an alcoholic. I don't need to drink. So you definitely don't have to do that. But okay. Piss off. Okay, go away now. There we go. All right, Carlos A. Smith. Now the question is she a double agent? For whom? Oh, the lady that betrayed the doctor. She's working for the Empire, or the whatever they are now. The Empire. We'll go with that. She's working for them, I'm pretty sure. So, it's a shame too, because I was really starting to like her in this episode, and then all of a sudden she just did that, and I was like, "What up? What up with that?" And yeah, I guess it makes for more intriguing television, or drama, whatever. I don't know. I don't need that. I really don't. I don't need the betrayal and stuff. That's not what hooks me necessarily. I just feel bad for the doctor. He's a good guy. He just wanted to do his thing, and anyhow. 20 people here. That's awesome. 17 likes. That's also awesome. But can we get 3 more likes? Get to 20. I think we can. Okay, let's see here. Empire Remnants, yes. The Pyridon, betrayal, yes, but I expected it more down the line. He actually gets his stuff, can do his research, but it's copied for the imps by her. Copied by the Imperials for her. Or by her. Yeah, that would have made more sense. See, the thing is, I think what's happening is She wants to delete his memory because he knows what was going on with his research. He knows who co-opted it, and he said he just wanted just by somebody that just wanted to gain more power. Um, so I have a feeling this all ties into the sequel movies, honestly, with the Emperor Palpatine cloning himself. Because Grogu is very powerful with the Force. They wanted Grogu specifically for this, so I think there's going to be some kind of experiments in that regard to create a powerful Force using clone of Palpatine. I think that's what this is all kind of building up to in the background for the sequels, which I don't have a problem with, actually. I think that works just fine. But I think her goal is to take him off the playing board so he can't pass this information along to anybody. I hope his memory's not erased at this point, but it sure seems like it would be after the whole explanation we got about the mind flayer and setting it on high. So I really hope that's not the case. I do like the guy quite a bit. I don't want to see him hurt, and yeah, so I'm hooked again. But honestly, it did feel like an episode of Andor to me, not so much The Mandalorian. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes from here. But yeah, and poor Bo-Katan, man, her castle getting bombed by some TIE bombers. That's just awful. I love that she was like going after them too, and then like a squadron came after them. Again, I think those scenes were brilliantly played. I love how she's like, I got some shield damage. How about you? He's like, not a scratch. That's pretty great. Isn't Grand Admiral Thrawn supposed to show up in this season? I don't know. I haven't heard that. Scientific Lens. It was a trap. Rolls eyes. Carlos A. Smith. Not the sequels. In the Introduce, they removed a few sequel chapters. It says what? In the introduction, they removed a few sequel chapters. Okay. Zombie Face, though, is that the young green guy who imparts wisdom as he ages? Is this the young green guy who imparts wisdom as he ages? What? Talking about Grogu? Jaspin Flame. The Mind Flayer seems very much like George Lucas's THX 1138. Yeah, it does. It also seems like the device in the Dagger of the Mind episode of TOS. The chair with the that thing, the mind erasing machine. Wow, they made the New Republic look evil. That's the other thing I hate. I hate that about the. Well, I like that they're reintegrating like the Imperials into the society. Making them wear a certain kind of clothing and be restricted to an area. I understand all that, but it kind of bothers me. And yes, they totally made the New Republic look like a bunch of evil bastards. So I'm not a big fan of that personally, but hey, it is what it is. Because we've just kind of got established why the Empire is so evil through Andor. And it's like, yeah, the Empire was always evil, but you never knew how evil. Now you know that they're just evil. And now it's like, okay, so we got that established. Now we're going to just come on and say that the new guys are also just dicks. And I know Andor happened like way before Star Wars, and this happened quite a bit after. I get that. I understand the timing there. But as far as structure and content go, this episode was very much an Andor episode. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Andor was a fantastic series or season. Apparently they're doing one more season and that's it. So, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, the New Republic looking evil. Yeah, and what's with getting rid of all this good equipment? Yes, it's Imperial equipment, but Imperials make good equipment. Why are they destroying it all? It just doesn't make sense to me. but it doesn't make sense to him either. That's part of the bureaucracy. That's part of the anger he has, why he wanted to do this. Yeah, I get it. I get it, but it's just frustrating. Bradley Thomas, I wonder what the budget is per episode of this show. That I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Zombie Face. Lore will always follow its realistic counterpart with Sith Slytherin. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Carlos A. Smith. Numeral designation. That is the former Empire 2. Yeah, that I don't like either. L51, this is M45, and 60, 53, and 84, 63, and fuck off. Just give them names. They have names. Yeah, that's very Empire-ish, and that kind of bugged me as well. It felt concentration campy. Not campy, but like one of those kind of prisons where you're no longer a name, you're a number, and that's not what this is. It's supposed to be rehabilitation. Anyway. The Dark Lord Revan. Most telling thing for me was how the upper class couldn't even tell the difference between the New Republic and the Empire. The upper class couldn't tell the difference between the New Republic and the Empire. Don't quite know what you mean there. Jaspin Flame, the shots of Coruscant were just gorgeous, though. Yes, Coruscant was fantastic. I love the mountain peak as well. That was kind of a nice little touch. And just to see like kind of a celebration going on, the droid on stilts, the glowing Jamba Pops or whatever they had, Jamba Sticks from DS9. Yeah, that was kind of nice to see. More of the everydayness of Coruscant was a cool little touch, I thought. So, Carlos A. Smith, it was a prison camp of sorts. Yeah, exactly. Which is sketch. And did I get the correct impression that Moff Gideon has escaped and he's out and about doing things? Like, is he going to be coming back this season? I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. But I think I heard that something happened with Moff Gideon. He's out. He's loose. I could be wrong about that, but I've only watched this twice now, so something I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was now. God damn it. I hate when that happens. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old in my old age. It's very unacceptable. Carlos says, all right, good night. The bed calls. Good night, Carlos. Have a good night. Have a good rest. Bradley Thomas throws in $20. Have a shot. This is the way. This is the way. And if you'll notice, I haven't put my Mandalorian helmet on once for this one. So I will do the Peach Crown Royal, because this shit is amazing. Wait, cheers to you. See, it is, and there it is full. Don't tip it too much, but dun 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 dun. Anyway, cheers. Thank you. Peach Crown, man. The breakfast of champions. So thank you, Bradley Thomas. Dark Lord Revan. All those people at the doctor's speech. One made a comment about how he was drafted, but that was for the Empire, and couldn't tell the difference. Gotcha. Speaking of, that establishing shots of like the red carpet and the stairs going up and the one person walking up, the lady, I can't remember her name. Pretty sure that whole shot was CG. And even the shot of when you're looking straight down at the stairs and you can see her from the top, her hair looked CG as well. I think that whole bit was CG. I don't think that was actually a person there. Which kudos to them. I mean, the CG is getting better for people. It's funny going back and watching stuff like Enterprise or whatever, where you see Kronos or Cardassia or even Starfleet headquarters on Earth, and you see the little figures walking, and they look so janky, so janky. Glad that stuff's getting better, because now the fact I have to question whether it was CG or not, but it looked fake enough. It looked Uncanny Valley enough to draw my eye to it, so I would assume that it's fake, or at least it might only be CG enhanced. But, and also I love the big stadium and the hollow of him above his head when they can look whichever way he turned. I thought that was fantastic, way better than like the billboard screens that we have today. I love that holographic feel. That was really neat. So yeah. Zombie face. Rest, relax, and have a good fart. You'll feel better tomorrow. Indeed. Pyridon. And all I could think of was, did you ever hear the tragedy of scientists just wanting to do good? Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis? Bradley Thomas, it looked like the Opera House scene reused from episode 3. I kind of thought the same thing. Yep. I was going to say Canto Bite as well, but no, not really. Anyway. Jaspin Flame, do you think the cloning technology being illegal will be part of the Bad Batch storyline? I haven't been watching Bad Batch, so I can't really comment on that. I wouldn't be surprised, though, honestly. I know Omega, I think, is a clone. I'm not sure of who or what, but yeah, like, I kind of know basically what's going on there a little bit. But I'm not as in the know as I'd like to be able to comment. I don't want to comment on something that I don't really know about. So, but just the cloning aspect of things, if you go back to even Star Trek, how it's like illegal. Any kind of augmentation like that is illegal for very good reasons. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes into play in Star Wars Bad Batch. I really wouldn't. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. Richard Johnson. The Mind Flayer was nearly identical in form and function to the device used at the rehabilitation facility in the TOS episode Whom Gods Destroy. Yes, Whom Gods Destroy. I said Dagger of the Mind earlier. Yes. I already made that comparison, so, but thank you. I maybe got the episode wrong. Sometimes I mix up TOS episode titles, and I don't know all the titles of the episodes, really, so, yeah. I know, I know. You're disappointed. I know. I get it. But, you know, I'm only human as well, so. Oh my God, I closed it. Yeehaw. Yeah, there's a reason I'm wearing a Chevy shirt today, just saying. Might come important in like a week or two, you know. You might see something. Anyhow, so I should use the voice I was using earlier today for some filming. All right, Scientific Lens says, nice to get a preview of future Galaxy's Edge snacks. Looking forward to buying a little black tin of Imperial Travel biscuits. Now, what color would you like? The red, the yellow, or the white? You're like, what the fuck is up with that accent? Well, like I said, we were filming something earlier today because April 1st is coming up soon. And so there's going to be a nice April Fool's surprise or treat for you guys on the channel, just for the record. You guys are getting first exclusive hints of that. So enjoy that. There's only 19 of you here, so it's a good time to share it. Nobody will know about it. But hit that like button if you haven't already. Consider joining the channel. I don't know about you, but there's a join button down there. I would go check that and click that and see what's available for the ranks you can get and being assigned to the fleet. And also heading on over to the Discord, the official official Trekyards Fleet Discord server where you can hang out with us and other people from the channel here and just have a good old time. So click that join button and consider selecting one of the tiers. It's a monthly thing, and it really helps us out, supports the channel, and we really appreciate all the help that you guys can give. Zombie Face was Loghane, right? Feldran will never be destroyed. I have no fucking idea what you're talking about, Zombie Face, but you do you, man. You do you. Australia is not real. Just ask a flat earther. Throws in $5 Australian and says, I just finished watching the last episode of Picard. It's time to fight or die. It's very un-Picard to say. Well, so is for 10 grueling fucking hours. A lot of people, you know, retelling that kind of story, yes, it's perfectly appropriate. But, and I know Patrick improv that line, but the whole, for 10 grueling fucking hours was a little much. And Scientific Lens says red dye number 5. Do, 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the house gonna dye their hair. I don't know the words that I can make up, but it's I don't know. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how long this live is going to be because honestly, I've covered pretty much everything I need to cover for this episode. The Mandalorian stuff's pretty simple to talk about. Plus, we don't get a lot of interaction and people on the channel for these. So if it gets to an hour, honestly, I'll be surprised because we're at the 31-minute mark and I'm kind of out of things to say. Unless you guys contribute to the conversation in the chat and have things you want to talk about specifically, I will address those, obviously. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how long this live will be. Last week I had to cut it short as well because there's just nobody here. There's no interest in it, which is a bit of a shame. So anyway, yeah, and I'm out of things to say. You know, we did a live earlier today. I have a live tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my first reaction of the next episode of Picard, which is episode 5, entitled Imposters. So by all means, join me for that. And then our full breakdown and review of that on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which at least I think it's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See, Daylight Savings Time, I absolutely hate it because we've changed our clocks over, but Samuel hasn't, so he's like only 4 hours ahead of me now, which screws with his schedule if we... Anyway, screw Daylight Savings Time is what I'm saying. Richard Johnson, no, you're still right, Stu. Richard Johnson, don't call me Stu. I don't like being called Stu. There's like 3 people that can call me Stu and get away with it. You're not one of them. But you didn't know that, but now you do. So, anyway, continue. Now, you're still right. An earlier version of it was in Dagger of the Mind, but the mind wipe device was on the wall facing the subject instead of being built into the chair. Didn't they have the things beside the head, too? And then the thing on the... It's more like on the ceiling kind of thing up there, but... Anyway, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Better effects though. I like the different colors that they had at this one in a little little light electrical thing, and it's like blue, and then you crank it up and it gets like all it turns to red. Of course, red is bad. That's what I'm drinking. Red. This is like fruit punch. Red is bad. Okay. 99 red balloons. Zombie Face. You might be onto something there. Australia is not real. Just ask a flat earther. Puts in $5 Australian and says it gets worse for us. There's a small amount of time or wait. We're both on daylight savings, so you're 2 hours different. Yeah, you're like... Australia's generally like 15 hours ahead of us. And Sam is usually 5 hours ahead of me. Now he's only 4 hours ahead of me because we sprung forward. So anyhow, daylight savings time is just annoying. It's inconvenient for people. So anyhow, it is what it is. And so I'm not sure if it'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, or if it'll actually be, it might have to be at 4 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. But anyway, it is what it is. I just thought I'd mention it, that the time for the review and breakdown on Friday might be different because of that. And if not, then it's not. So just be aware. Heads up, guys, I guess. I don't know. Richard Johnson, my apologies. It's all right. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Yeah, you don't know unless you learn, and there you've been learned. And if you do it again, then I'm gonna have to get serious and drop the hammer. But as it is now, you're good. You're good. No problem. Bradley Thomas, travel biscuits and those drinks are just more items that they can sell at this cantina at Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, how'd you like the cantina, my friend? I know you were there and hanging out. I saw you living your dream on the Millennium Falcon, which is cool. I really want to go to Galaxy's Edge. I don't know if it's like a whole day thing there, or how that works necessarily. But I've watched a lot of YouTubers that do the Disney stuff, and it looks like some fun times. So I want to go. I think that'd be cool. I was kind of jealous that you went, actually. But anyway, and yes, of course it is just ways to incorporate shit into shows that they can then sell. Absolutely, 100%. Predictions for the next episode of Mandalorian. I got nothing. I got nothing to work on. I haven't seen any trailers, any previews, any clips, anything like that. I have no goddamn clue what to expect. I don't know what's going to happen with the Doctor. I hope he's not completely memory wiped. I really like the guy. I hope what's her name gets her comeuppance. That would be great as well. I don't know what they're going to do with the Mandalorian, because every episode they're like fulfilling that mystery box. We got a mystery box of, how's he going to embark on this mission to get back to the mines of Mandalore? Well, then he wants IG-11. What does he want IG-11 for? Well, soon gets solved with R5D4. That's like, okay, that's what you want a droid for. Okay, cool. Then all of a sudden, next episode, they're at the Mandalore. They go down to the mines. He bathes in the mines. Boom, that plot point's done. I honestly expected that to be more of like a chunk of the season, like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, getting to Mandalore, trying to find the mines, having all that issue. But no, that was just solved. And then this episode was like, hey, I went and did the thing that you asked me to do, and now I'm back. And yay, I'm back in the cult. Again, that could have taken 2 or 3 episodes to do, but no, they just did it in this one. So I don't know what to expect from them. They're really boom, 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 firing on all cylinders and just getting things done. I have no way to predict anything. I've got nothing to go on. So I could not make a prediction, even if I wanted to. Are we going to see Snoke? I mean, that'd be great. I would love to find out who the fuck Snoke was, but... And Grant McGregor throws in $20. Missed chatting today in the stream for the 7 thing. Bad writing can be spun into something good. That said, I do not know how I feel about the upcoming comic that will explain why that changeling had the Oro bucket. Oh yeah, there's an explanation for why he has a Bajoran bucket. That's cool. I thought they were going to address it in the show. I thought that's what I had read on Twitter, but I could be wrong. Well, thank you, Grant, for the super chat. I will have another shot for you, sir. Cheers to you. But new episode of Picard tonight. my busy day tomorrow, filming and stuff. And Picard's coming along great this episode, so for this season, I mean, sorry. Zombie face. Me looking at a Spitfire, nods vigorously. You want to fight one in a war? Shakes head with the no emoji is. You get that whiskey down, yeah. Thank you, Zombie Face. Bradley Thomas, I hope they visit Black Rock Spire at some point in this season. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Let's put it that way. I'd be surprised if they didn't, maybe, is what I should say. Yeah, hit those Galaxy's Edge hotspots for sure. I mean, I've got the game. I've got the VR game for the PSVR 2. Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge, which is cool because you get to experience what's the name of the place, the bar. Anyway, one of the bars from it was with the overlook of the Falcon. And it's cool because, I mean, it would have been cooler if I'd actually been to Galaxy's Edge, because I would like to know a lot of the things they reference in that game or have lying around are things that, you know, if you went there, you'd understand a bit more. You'd have more of an inside track on. But that being said, I mean, yes, include that stuff in The Mandalorian. Have them visit. I think that'd be very cool. And, you know, tie it together. They're doing a really good job with the universe, I think. Expanding it, yet keeping it cohesive. Just keep up the good work. I love that they're tying in video games and books and the live action attractions and stuff with all this. I think that's, again, fantastic. Just keep it up. And by all means, yes, visit the places in The Mandalorian. I don't know what to predict. I don't know how to predict it. And I don't know what to say when somebody asks me, what is your prediction for the next? There's nothing. There's no hooks. There's nothing to latch onto. Either he's going to be fine with his memory, you know, intact, but just kind of sketched out, and he's going to be a little bit off for a few episodes. This is the Doctor we're talking about. Or he's going to be dead, or just a complete vegetable. No brain at all. Just done. So I don't know what's going on with that. And the Mandalorian stuff, it's like, so now Bo-Katan's a member until she takes her helmet off, because the armor even said, you can leave anytime you want, but for now you're part of the team. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. I have no idea, though. I don't know what the Mandalorian's goal is right now. He's already done his redemption stuff. He doesn't have any active bounties or anything that he's looking for. What do? He's got the Darksaber. Bo-Katan wants it. She can fight him for it, I guess. I really thought she was going to be more of a tie-in with the Mythosaur in the Living Waters. I thought she was going to, like, try riding it or something so that she could show, you know, another way to get her power back as opposed to getting the Darksaber. Dude, I don't know what to say. Her castle's destroyed now on the other planet as well. I don't know. The Galaxy's Thumb says keep going. I'm trying. But like I said, I'm running out of things to say. So, Zombie Face, Mr. Dullard, we've been compromised. Oh no. Don't be compromised. Fix that shit. So yeah, as for ranking this, I mean, I think it's a fine episode. Like I said, it felt more Andor than it did Mandalorian, so it's kind of hard to judge it, like to scale it. It's definitely not the best episode of Mandalorian. I'd rather see a lot more Mandalorian in my Mandalorian than, you know, this kind of Andor storytelling. So, it's good. Don't get me wrong. The story structure's good. The characters are good. The whole fetch quest thing that they're on is fun. And it's well done. It's well told. It's well written. I thought it was well acted. I think that there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just give me more than 5 minutes of The Mandalorian and a like 55-minute long episode about The Mandalorian would be nice. That being said, this whole plot point of him, being rehabilitated, not wanting to go against that, but then also wanting to go against that because he doesn't agree with the way that things are being handled, and he still wants to continue his research, which he thinks can be done for good. All kind of done, and then going to steal the technology that he needed, and then getting caught, and then getting mind flayed. Boom, all in one episode. Whereas like Picard season 2 would have stretched this over like 5 episodes, the exact same story plot. So gotta give them credit for that. They're at least moving along. Like I said, hitting those mystery boxes. Here's a mystery. Oh, you want the answer? Boom, there's your answer. You don't have to wait. And I love that because I got PTSD like severely from Picard season 2 of how something, it's like soap opera PTSD. You watch a soap opera, the whole problem or situation that they're in could be solved in literally 5 minutes by sitting down and talking to somebody. But it literally takes them on the show, which airs every day for an hour, takes them 2 weeks to solve a simple fucking problem or have somebody find out something that somebody else said about them. It's like, seriously? I get why you do it, because not everybody tunes in every day, and it's easy to jump back into one of those after months and still know what the fuck is going on, because anyway, they're not doing that, thank God, and they are addressing the mystery box stuff immediately and getting it fixed and covered and answered and out there, and boom. And then it's like, next episode, please. What can happen? Absolutely fucking anything. There's nothing set up. There's no way to predict what is coming next. It's like every week it's like, ooh, what's this now? So Grant McGregor, I kind of want to see boobs or Boba Fett or Bubba Fett. Boba Fett slowly turn into the final villain for The Mandalorian. A final showdown between two people you can care about with high stakes. I can see it happening, honestly. Like, was it the last episode or the first episode of this season where Mando goes back to the girl on Tatooine to get the parts, or ends up buying R4D4. R5D4. Oh my God. I can't speak. Anyway, he goes back to her, and oh yeah, she's like, so why are you back? You here to take out Boba Fett? It's like, it could become a problem at some point. He is the domo right now. He is like the kingpin, the crime lord, if you will, of the area. All it takes is one little thing to turn him bad, and yeah, I can see the Mando coming for him. I don't think they'll do that though, honestly, but Bradley says, it's really not our fault. I feel like Star Trek is just a richer universe for speculation than Star Wars has ever been. Yeah, it's easier to predict things in Star Trek, or at least come up with suppositions for what might happen, as opposed to Star Wars, which, yeah, I kind of agree with that. Dustin D. would watch a Star Trek Law and Order, or would you watch a Star Trek Law and Order or Star Trek Drag Corps? Probably. If it's Star Trek, I'll watch it. So there's that. Zombie Face, a Chevrolet versus the anus of a rich man. I'm going to cut you off soon, Zombie Face. Don't know what you're smoking, but it's either really good or really bad. So, yep. That's all I got. So, if you're one of the 19 people here that hasn't hit the like button, please hit that like button. Let's try to get those likes up. We're at 30 likes, which is pretty great. Honestly, another $5 in super chats would be a good way to end out here. But yeah, I'm probably going to be ending out in like 10 minutes because there's just nothing else to talk about. Like, it's so to the point. It's so just on the nose. You don't need to talk about any of it. It's just like, it's a good episode. And like I said, thank you to everybody that's joined me. Thank you to everybody that comes to The Mandalorian first reactions, because no one does. There's 21 right now. I think last week we got up to 30. which is really low numbers for us generally. Just people are not interested in it. I don't know what it is. Don't know if it's because this is primarily a Star Trek channel and people don't expect to see Star Wars stuff here. I don't know, but it just surprises me because Mandalorian's good. The first 2 seasons were probably better than this season. I will agree with that. And Bradley says, good night, everyone. Can't wait for Picard tonight at 3. That's true. I'm going to bed early tonight, though, because I was up late last night, up early today. I'm just fucking tired. I just want to go to bed. I'll watch it in the morning. So, there's that. Yeah. So have a good night, Brad, and I'll catch you later. All right. Anybody else have anything else they'd like to talk about? Now is the time. Type now or forever hold your penis. I mean your breath. Okay, no, I'm not done yet. Relax. I know it sounds like I'm closing out, but I'm not really. You guys can go sit up there. Go lay down. There you go. It's not time to leave and go downstairs yet. Get up there. Go on. Go on. Go on. You can do it. Dot. Jump. 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 You know, if you got a running start, even just move back like 1.5 feet, you can get up there no problem. It's like talking to children. They're just so stupid. Come on. Up, 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 up. Up. Come on. Come on. I don't know how me hitting it will help you, but it always seems to. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. All I needed was my foot for leverage, eh? Okay, well, there you go. Lay down now. Anyway. The price of tea in China. What about it? Dustin D. Captain, are you going to play GTA 5 again? Grand Theft Auto 5? Probably not. The hypocrisy of it. Yes, zombie face. Grant McGregor throws in $5. Thank you so much. Boba Fett, knight turned into a powerful leader, can lead his people to power but cruel. Mando would be the pure of heart, but no experience being king. Sounds about right. Got the archetypes there. And Cosmo, now that Kurtzman era is coming to an end, will we see more Trek after Disco and Picard? Rumor has it Prodigy will also come to a conclusion. I don't know about Prodigy. Discovery's run its course, so that's fine. I don't say why you say Kurtzman's coming to an end. That's not necessarily the case at all. They're definitely going to funnel more money that they were doing for Discovery and stuff into Strange New Worlds. They might even come up with a new show. Cosmo, Lord of the Matter. Yes. Might even come up with a new show like the Section 31 show they've been talking about, or the Starfleet Academy show. I don't know what's going on with the future of Trek, and it's kind of sad. Keep Lower Decks coming, and keep Prodigy coming, and keep Strange New Worlds coming. Picard, there's going to be some sort of spin-off show from Picard. I think we're going to get an announcement about that very soon. So I don't know if it's going to be a Titan show with Shaw and 7 of 9. I don't know what it's going to be necessarily, but I have a feeling and some inside sources that have been saying I'd be waiting for an announcement soon to indicate there's something coming after Picard. I think they're leaving it set up at the end so that it's very much a next step into something new. So stay tuned for that, I guess. I don't know. I don't think Kurtzman's coming to an end at all. I think that little shit's going to be around for a long time. But he's kind of taken a step back. I went and checked his Twitter account. He hasn't tweeted anything since 2022. I think it was July of 2022. It's like, Kurtzman, are you okay? Are you okay, bud? I mean, I hope you're not, you know. But anyway, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why he's been so radio silent. Because I was thinking, I haven't heard anything from Kurtzman lately, really. Let's go check his Twitter, see what's going on. And there's just nothing. So, Grant McGregor, animation shows nowadays usually wrap up in 3 seasons. Disney Owl House was popular, but not blockbuster, so they only got 3 seasons. Prodigy might end as in 3 as well. That'd be fine. There's not much that you can really do with that story. I mean, yes, the kids are young, they can grow up, but you don't want to watch every year of their fucking lives. This is something that you could end after season 3 and come back and revisit in 5 or 7 years and be like, oh, the kids are grown up now. What are they up to? And have like a new Prodigy show. So I heard the rumor that Kurtzman's contract is running its course and Paramount will keep Trek quiet until 2026. Like I said, rumors, so a grain of salt. Well, where'd you hear the rumors? Because if it's a news site like Giant Freaking Robot or any of those fucking sites, it's all clickbait bullshit anyway. So I wouldn't believe a word they say. If it's Doomcock or one of those fucking channels, then 100% don't believe what they say, because they usually base all their information off an unknown source from within, which is never fucking right. So I don't know where you're getting the information from. Is it a reputable source? Probably not. Don't hold your breath on anything that you read from those sites, because it's all bullshit. So, yeah, we don't really report on anything until it's legit, and we know it's legit. So, Zombie Face. I think these are load-bearing walls. Very likely. Don't punch a hole through it. Lucky Cantrell 13, a Star Trek show with a main character not in Starfleet. Could be interesting. That could be something to consider, sure. Jason Peacock, Doomcock, the man that said Maddox was the primary villain for Picard. Wow, what an idiot. Cosmo, yeah, I know. Just like I said, big rock of salt. Yeah, from grains of salt to rocks of salt. Yes, Kenny, yes, indeed. Yeah, I'd be very careful with that. There's no sense spreading it around and commenting on it and like our chat even like, hear this rumor, and then somebody else in the chat that hasn't heard it locks onto it and they mention it in another chat and just snowballs and becomes just all clickbait bullshit that just gets out of control. Not necessary, not needed. So anyway, try not to feed the trolls. Bradley Thomas, no Section 31, thank God, because Michelle Yeoh will be too expensive now after winning the Oscar last Sunday. Could be. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it there. I'm like I said, I'm tired. I need to go to bed. But I'd like to thank everybody for showing up, everybody that super chatted. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Everybody that just showed up to hang out, I appreciate you guys as well. Come back next week, same time. Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be here talking about Mandalorian. Tomorrow I'll be here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time talking about Picard. By all means, join me. Come and be part of the Trekyards crew and join in the conversation and hanging out. We really appreciate you guys. Grant says, I'd want 7 seasons in a Prodigy. I have faced something is there that can last for a while, but the Zoomers are saying, let him cook. As the Zoomers are saying, let him cook. Okay then, on that note, thank you to everybody who's watched. If you haven't hit like yet, please hit like before you click out. Or it's super thanks if you're watching this after the fact. And again, thank you to everybody. I really appreciate you guys. But yes, I am super tired and I'm rambling and I need to go to bed. So have yourselves a good one. It's Captain Foley signing off.